Hello, everyone. Welcome you all to the conference speaker spotlight. This program is for our Expo GRTE, the 5th edition of the Global Rubber Latex and Tire Expo. For this exhibition, we have conference program. And this conference speaker spotlight is all about introducing the speaker and what kind of topics they're going to present and make you understand about their topics and their backgrounds. That's the object of it. And today we have a special guest. Our speaker for the GRTE is Dr. Luciano Tadiello. He's the innovative materials researcher at Pirelli Tyre R&D Center in Italy. And he'll be speaking on the latex compounding for tire applications. So it's a very interesting topic, and it's very useful for all the audience of the GRTE. So let's get to know about this topic and who is Dr. Luciano, what his background all is about. Okay, Luciano, first of all, thank you very much for being part of the GRTE and also accepting this conference speaker spotlight program.
Thank you, Peram, and thank you all for listening. Yeah, this is Luciano Tadiello, R&D Center, and working in Pirelli like 7 years now. But before I came into contact with the company interest via a PhD grant financed directly through the University of Milano Bicocca. So that's why I came to, let's say, make research in a company and following, let's say, innovative project, which have most of the focus in nanomaterials. And nanomaterials are extremely intriguing class of materials and which require special techniques to be introduced in a rubber compound, and that's where all the magic happens, you know.
And so you've been with Pirelli for the last 3 years, is it right? Yeah.
For the last 7 years, as let's say, as employee, and before it was like 3 years of a PhD grant. So formally I was under the university, but I had the chance to collaborate with the university and develop some new materials.
Yeah, and Pirelli is an iconic company in the tire industry. Yeah. So
yes.
It's a great opportunity for you, I believe. Huh? I believe you're enjoying it, working there. Yeah.
Yes. It's you feel the let's say the competition. People are very informed here, very let's say sporty and engaged, because it's really engaging feeling, and also the, let's say, more part also related to, I don't know, the calendar. It's a very exposed brand, and there is a sort of sense of pride and belonging. So it's also one of the few multinationals here in Italy, so big. So there is really a certain good feeling for working in a company like Pirelli. Yes, sure.
Yeah. Great. I think everybody respects a great company like the Pirelli. Yeah. So let's talk about your paper that you're going to present. You're going to give a talk on the latex compounding for tire application. So we always talk about latex compounding is for the latex products, whether it is liquid glove industry or in other mattresses. Those are areas people think about latex compounding. But you're going to talk about the latex compounding for tire application. I think very useful topic for the audience who is joining the GRTE. Can you give me more info on it? What we can learn out of this latex compounding for tire applications?
Yes, latex compounding, as you mentioned, of course, it seems quite unusual when you think about rubber application, where normally people use melt mixing or mixing in a solid state. Let's say, it becomes interesting according to the request. For instance, we want to disperse hydrophilic materials. One way is to go to disperse it into, let's say, the hydrophilic version of a hydrophobic material, so which is rubber in this native state, also in the form of an aqueous emulsion. And of course, this process has to become at a certain point a part of a company flow. So at a certain point, you should get to, let's say, a solid material, because then you want to make tires out of it. But that's, I mean, the core of the scope of the investigation, to understand whether the latex is an opportunity for some material to be introduced inside the, let's say, normal company flow in such a way that, of course, the properties must be improved with respect to the traditional melt mixing. Then also, if you think about it, let's say, in a sort of wide range of application, it's should also make sense. Could also make sense to just insert some ingredient in the early stage, because the rubber is always natively water-based. So really, this talk could be on different levels. Could be on the level of the small trials on selected material, but also on a wider sense of more widespread use of a latex approach in the world of the tire. Of course, I will make a specific example during the talk. As I mentioned, let's say, hydrophilic material, which and why they are more and more interesting, mainly because of sustainability point. Increasingly interesting topic, and most of, let's say, natural derived material have a lot of polar groups, which are interesting from the point of view of the chemistry of the reactivity, but they are not so trivial to insert inside a rubber compound. So that's why latex becomes attractive.
Yeah. And how long have you been working on this research work?
Yeah, actually, it was something that I came into contact on the very early stages of my research. Okay. So I have also the chance to do it on the lab scale, let's say, with my hands. And now we are also, let's say, asking for support on the laboratory to the university. We are in strict collaboration for several years. And also we scale up by selected suppliers, which have the latex technology. Of course, maybe they use it for other applications, but that's also the scope of my interest in networking with the latex world, which, as you said, is it's normally more, let's say, interested, focused on the rubber and gloves, on the really latex-derived, historically latex-derived material.
Yeah. And as you know, Thailand is one of the leading producers, the largest producer of the natural rubber, including the latex. And you see the Thailand, Malaysia, or major producers of the latex products, including Indonesia as well. That is part of the Southeast Asia. And so definitely there are a lot of interest in, these people in this part of the world. Yeah, can be used in tire applications too. So yeah. Looking forward to this presentation, Luciano. It's really interesting, very useful topic for the industry here, and it's a great opportunity for them to learn from you on what's all about this latex compounding for tire applications. So I'm glad that you're part of the GRTE conference in March.
Thank you, and I also expect to receive inputs because I want to meet with the latex experts, and I know that formulating in latex and formulating in solid rubber, these are two completely different worlds, and we want them to be very different because it will give us different opportunities. But also from my side, there's a lot to learn, and so that's basically my main expectation.
Sure, there will be opportunity to you have a chance to meet latex industry people and also the research community. Locally, there are a lot of local universities also working on the latex-based products, on the research-wise. And just want to add this to Technobase organize a fortnightly program. It is called Latex Industry News Hour. So there is an expert actually tomorrow. We have actually session focus on the glow waste, how to deal with the glow waste. And on the 5th January, we have an expert, his name is Dr. R.K. Matan. He's a veteran in the latex industry, and he'll be talking about the innovations in the natural rubber latex and its applications and market potential. What else you can do with natural rubber latex? So he'll be giving a talk as well. I invite you to participate in this one so that you also see this part of this side of the latex industry. And so it will be mutual learning, mutual learning for you and also for the audience. And so fantastic. Have you been to Thailand before, Luciano? Is it first time?
Yes. No, I've been 2 or 3 times.
Okay,
And
so
I've been to Bangkok mainly, and area of Bangkok because, as you said, this is the heart of the latex industry. I also appreciate the people and the climate. I love it.
yeah. And have you tried any food, good food here?
Yes.
Anything that you remember? Tom Yam Kung or something?
There is. I'm always very happy to have this omelette with the oysters inside. I'm crazy about this.
I thought, yes, right.
Yes, this is something that you find more or less everywhere in Bangkok, and when I come there, I look for these, of course.
So actually, it's in the market, in public markets and open markets. You find, sometimes we call it street markets. Also, you will find this. Tastes good. Good choice, man. Good choice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for joining the session today to inform us about yourself and also about your work and your topic that you're going to present on latex compounding for tire application. Any final remarks to the audience, please?
Well, I hope to network, to meet, and also I am available also to evaluate materials. Of course, this is what I do most of the times during my working day, and I'm very happy to come to Bangkok on March to GRTE and to meet you all there.
Yes. Well, I'm looking forward to Luciano. It's been a pleasure to know you and also about your work. And I see you in Bangkok during the 29th to 31st March. at BITEC. The exhibitions, it's an exhibition center called BITEC, Bangkok International Trade and Exhibition Center. So I see you all at the GRTE. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Param, and see you.